Welcome back. We're going to be talking about two different builds that we did. The first one is going to be a GMC Sierra Denali that we bagged on 28. The second will be a 2006 Chevy Silverado 1500 that we bagged on 26-inch wheels all the way around. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting off with the GMC Sierra Denali on 28, we're showcasing you the rear suspension setup. Now this truck originally came to us, was already bagged, so we were able to use some of the components that the vehicle already came with, and we were able to add some of our parts to be able to finish the project the way the customer wanted. One of the things that he wanted us to do is still keep the Accuair. He wanted us to install a bigger notch since he was now on 28-inch wheels and it wasn't laying out right. He also wanted us to add 4 compressors. As you can see, there are 2 compressors there on the right side, and then there'll be 2 more on the left side. The truck did have the Accuair E level, so that didn't change. And we also upgraded some of the lines to the aluminum lines, as you can see there. Now for the front of the suspension, we did have to change some stuff. The truck wasn't laying out completely, so which means that it wasn't laying flat on the ground. The full frame was not laying flat on the ground. And so we had to readjust some stuff. We had to change some of the ball joint angles for the front suspension. Also the shock mount, the top shock mount, and the upper control arm all had to be custom built by our Reklez crew. Showing you a little bit more in detail of our upper control arm, it is using flat plate, 1/4-inch flat plate, using the same ball joint that it came with, and we just corrected the angle. So now the truck can actually articulate, in other words, move up and down with those big 28s and still get enough lift, and most importantly, lay out flat on the ground. As always, we like to showcase that we do align trucks here in-house. Is one of the great features about our work here at Reklez Suspension Works. We are able to align these bag trucks even on this big wheels, 28s, 26s, even up to 30-inch rims. It is very difficult to do an alignment on big wheels, but as you can see, the tire is straight and you have plenty of lift, like I mentioned earlier. Roughly about almost 2 inches, right under 2 inches worth of lift above the tire. So that really helped out us readjusting that upper control arm, making sure that everything clears the right way. Nothing's rubbing, nothing's touching, move everything out of the way. Now, this is one of our front shrouds here that I'm gonna point out to you there. That's made out of metal, so there is no debris or any type of stuff that's gonna get into the front bumper or any stuff that's gonna be able to damage that. We also added a shroud to the firewall as well. Now that the truck's been checked and double checked, the alignment has been set correctly, the truck is ready to be turned in. Customer is more than happy to receive his vehicle after a couple of months being in our shop. The customer, believe it or not, drove 9 hours to come to our shop and have this done. So we're more than happy to turn this into him. And Reklez crew really, outdid themselves on this job. It turned out great, rides smooth, everything aligns, everything clears the way it should. It works with the Accuair, which makes it real reliable, real smooth for the customer. Something that he can go on this 9-hour trip without having any issues. Very important that this truck now lays out flat, which we're about to showcase for you on these big 28-inch dub baller wheels. Love how this project turned out. Now that the truck is ready, it's ready to head on home. Moving along to our next project, this customer opted to use valves. I know you heard us mention the Accuair E level, which is pretty much like the latest technology for air management, but valves have been around forever. It's one of the things that I grew up on. As you can see them on the back of the bumper there. They work very well. They're a little bit faster than the Accuair system, and they're very reliable. Just that the Accuair is self-leveling, which means it's computerized. You don't have to press anything like you would on valves, but we had no problem in delivering that type of system for this customer. Now for the front, we installed our tubs and hood strut kit, pretty traditional in our installs now. We want to make sure that everything works as close to factory as possible. However, on these 99 to 06 body style trucks, the tubs are at the highest point they can possibly be. Unlike the older trucks, as the newer trucks, you're able to get more clearance. So that's why the tubs are real tall or real tight with the wheels, especially using the 26-inch wheels. He also had to use a different type of hydro boost system to be able to clear the wheels up front. Valves, you have to press them several times in order for you to prevent from slamming your truck on the ground. That's one of the benefits of valves. They do move a lot quicker than Accuair E level, and they also sound louder than Accuair E level. It's just a great air suspension management system in our opinion. Look how you can easily clear these massive 26 by 12 inch wheels with no problems with our Wishbone suspension setup. The customer also wanted to use dimple dies, as you see on the back of the bed and also the front of the bed, which I'm going to show you in about 2 seconds. There it is there. So he wanted for our shrouds to use dimple dies. We incorporated those in all 4 sides, you know, the left and right side, and we also incorporate them in the front. I will show you in a little bit later. Now for the tubs, we use our wide tub, so there's, you know, a lot of clearance with these wheels, a lot of clearance with the wheel and tire, excuse me, and the notch cover itself has plenty of clearance, so there's no rubbing, no binding. The customer can go over an incline or anything without any issues at all. Love the look of the bed. It's real clean, real simple. It has a nice slick look to it. The customer is going to repaint the entire truck, as we have to replace some fenders that had previous damage on them as well. And here are the front shrouds with the dimple dies. For the firewall shroud, we just used a smooth plate for it to just give it a nice slick look overall. These 2 projects came out really nice. The customers were really happy with the results, and we just wanted to showcase that we provide with something reliable that you can drive every day. That's the type of build that we pride ourselves in. So like always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please help us support our channel. Thank you.